Welcome back inside Lake Point Sports Complex. Jimmy Cook alongside Bo Estes. As the NYBL finals continue here at court number 4. So pleased you've chosen to spend part of your Saturday with us.
Are you ready?
Born ready.
So it's Team Felton out there. I'll be excited to see how Team Felton does, taking on the Nightrydas. These are 2024 kids.
The Triad Hornets, by the way. Don't ever forget that part.
That's a lot. That's a lot every
there.
time. So off the inbound, it's Team Felton. Working inside now.
Turning, floater up there. Off the mark.
These are rising 8th graders here, Jimmy, and you look at the size and athleticism of them. It's just tremendous. I've actually coached at an 8th grade level at a middle school briefly, just sort of as an assistant, and we didn't have this sort of talent on the floor. Nothing like this, to be honest. Team Felton going the other way, working through traffic. Difficult attempt from Kaylee Cameron Flipper. It's a turnover. Nightrydas head back the other way.
Up the floor they come.
Whoa.
Where offensive foul. A little too strong.
Yeah. Well, I think that Team Felton was sitting on that. Caden Hammond was waiting for a strong shoulder, and he got it, and he sold it as well.
Sometimes a little bit of acting go a long way.
Well, you can be a thespian in this game as well. You know, it used to be 15 years ago, the guy that wore number 23 into the gym was the guy you had to look out for. Now the guys wearing number 3, you know they're coming in shooting. The guy wearing number 3 is coming in firing. Jimmy, we're still scoreless here.
One of the rare moments so far in these games.
Wow, look at
bodies all over the place.
Cameron Flipper sort of got his leg caught up in that exchange. Came out okay. That was a tough play there.
All's right with the world again.
I was worried you were engaged in a silent protest until you got a bucket.
I was actually going for the silent 10, but so far it's not good for either team. So, ever do those high school in Atlanta?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Or college? You ever see that? Yeah, in Indy there'll be schools sometimes they'll do a silent 10, so they'll sit down and they won't cheer until their team scores 10. I've seen once or twice where that's bitten them in the rear because the other team got to 35 and then, we got to 10 now. We're good.
I've seen there's also we're standing and going nuts until the opposing team scores.
Nice.
So it encourages your home team to go on a bit of a run.
There you go. That's just the high school and college level, by the way. I've never seen the Pacers or anything like that. So. The Boomer is a wild one. You never know what you're going to get out of him. He's up there with Benny the Bull and likes his mascot antics. Is there a Hawk? Turnover, by the way. Is there a Hawk?
Harry
the Hawk? Harry the Hawk?
Yeah.
Felt like there was. Couldn't pin it.
Yeah, no, I'm not great on mascot trivia either, but that is the hometown team. Wow, tough runner.
Could not get that to fall. Could Nas Beeman.
And we're already going into substitutions in this defensive battle. Still nothing, and it's the Nightrydas are picking it up full court. And just so we're consistent on this, it's Nightrydas,
yes.
not Nightriders.
Oh, no, yes, absolutely.
There we go. Nice pick and roll. Caden Hammond rolling to the basket, gets the easy layup, and Team Felton breaks through. They're up 2-0, Jimmy.
And I'll tell you this much, Bo. I would rep the Nightrydas jerseys. I'm a big fan.
You're sort of a connoisseur of jerseys
For
here.
For sure.
I have a confession to make. I'm colorblind, so it makes it difficult to be that. But just this year, I bought those colorblind glasses.
Nice.
Life altering.
Oh, I can't imagine.
Absolutely shocking.
Is there a video out there of your first time?
There is a
wearing them?
video, and it is not out there.
Oh.
My wife has it, but it's this brand called Enchroma. These
no
sunglasses.
Facebook post there or anything?
I don't
can't
think
track
so.
that down?
I'm not on Facebook, but I don't believe so.
Okay.
I hope not, for God's sakes. I was shocked. Nicely done. That's number 14, Kobe George. And if you're named Kobe, you better get buckets. Kobe goes in and gets a bucket there. And Team Felton, to their credit, they're still pitching a shutout here.
Yep. On the drive down the far side.
You just don't see it that often to be a shutout. We're nearly 5 minutes into the ball game, and Team Felton just shutting them out.
Not the most one-sided shutout of all time, but it's still a shutout. That one misfired.
I like
tries.
what he did there, pulling it out.
George back to Flipper. Stolen away. Nightrydas looking for their first point. Euro layup. No. Oh. Missed at the rim.
That was a good move.
It
just
was.
Couldn't finish it off. He went to the left, and it was difficult, but it was a nice move.
Kobe George, other end. Foul on the floor. Wow.
What's the thought on these Team Felton jerseys?
Well, the zebra blue stripes are interesting.
Kentucky used to wear something sort of like this in the late 90s in the Jeff Shepard era.
My only complaint with them, and this is being really picky, as that's another layup there to make it 6-0. The shutout continues. With Team Felton, you're the Triad Hornets, and you have zebra stripes. With the Nightrydas, you have a gray jersey with a kind of a neon blue numerals and gray lettering with neon green numerals, so you can see it on the gray jerseys. It feels night. It feels neon. It has it's a Nightryda. If you show me that jersey and said this team name's the Nightrydas, that drought is finally ended on that layup. But if you showed those jerseys to me and said, yeah, these are the Nightrydas, I'd be like, yeah, that makes sense.
Naz Beeman breaks through and gets the bucket.
It had to be somebody. We've got a slow-paced one on our hands, but stay with us. More excitement to follow after this. It's Team Felton 6, Nightrydas 2. You're watching the NYBL Finals on Always Live. Welcome back inside Lake Point Sports Complex. 6-2 the score in favor of Team Felton with the basketball. Jimmy Cook, Bo Estes, so pleased you've chosen to spend part of your Saturday with us, wherever that may be. Shot misfired. by Miller. And it'll stay, or returned over, I should say, to the Nightrydas. They go up the floor. Rejected from behind by Caden Hammond.
So as much as we discussed the little shutout team Felton was pitching, in the 7 minutes so far, they've only scored 6 points. So it's not like they're lighting it up either.
Exactly. Offensive foul, the call. Charge taken there by Elijah Bain.
Jamal Ware didn't like the call at all.
Nope.
He walked up to the edge a la Draymond Green on that one.
Don't like to see that at this level.
Well, I mean, I understand frustration and everything like that, and it will boil over from time to time. You don't want to make a habit of it.
Nope. Flipper throws it in. It's a turnover. Now here's a little run out. Nightrydas looking to roll to the rim. Can't turn it home. That'll be free throws upcoming for Naz Beeman, who has the only points of this game for the Nightrydas.
This is going to be, breathtakingly low scoring. We're about to get through what is effectively the first quarter at a 6-4, maybe a little more pace. That's
right.
Really low. You're talking about a 24-point total for the winner if it kept up at that rate, and it won't.
We setting over-unders right now?
Exactly. Jimmy, you're on the line, aren't you?
Oh, man. On the drive, adjusting in midair, is Kobe George. He'll head to the line now for 2 free ones.
Kobe's a bucket getter. He goes hard at the hole.
First one up, first one in.
Are you hearing this? Our referee refs Big Ten SEC games as well. This is impressive.
That's the guy I've been mad at every. I'm just kidding. No, that's
furious with his calls.
No, I meant like last fall. But no, all jokes. No, in all truthfulness and honesty.
He ruined your season for you.
Exactly. In all truthfulness and honesty, though.
That's impressive.
One of the better crews that we've had overall. Now we kind of know maybe why.
Yeah, no, honestly. And I think the other thing about this is they ref contextually. And what I mean is
they know the moment and where we're calling things differently at one level versus at this level.
Exactly.
Loose ball, Nightrydas first to it, up the floor, Beeman again, he'll go to the line.
Wow. He seeks contact.
He does.
He really seeks contact.
Well, there's only one rider doing any work right now.
Yeah, the Nightryda.
It's Naz Beeman. Left that one short, though. I tell you what, Bo, how tough is it mentally speaking? Because it's a 4-point game, but the way the offense is moving from these games, it could feel like it's an eternity separating the two teams when you're the team that's trailing.
Well, and I think the other thing is it's just frustrating. When you score points, it's freeing on the basketball court. It's more enjoyable. When you play against tough defense and or you're just not having success, it's frustrating, and you're looking for something more out of it. Boy, that was some tough defense right there. And again, give the Nightrydas credit. They're playing wonderful defense as well. Team Felton, through 9 minutes, only has 8 points, so they're scoring less than a point a minute. And if you score a point a minute here, just to give you an idea, it's a 32-minute game. You're scoring 32 points. Teams are scoring a lot more than 32 points out here, Jimmy.
Left side, 3 in the air, 3 off the mark. Rebound, Nightrydas, layup up, layup in, and a little bit of a stare down there after Naz Beeman. My goodness. So Naz Beeman 7 and Team Felton 8. One-man show right now. Got the basketball again. Sees some daylight. Teardrop floater up. Could not get the friendly roll. Fighting for the board. Got it. Power dribble. He'll hesitate and score.
Oh, Naz Beeman's got him believing out there. Look at him go.
And a timeout call. Naz Beeman has all 9 for the Nightrydas, and they lead it over Team Felton, 9-8. Stay with us. We'll have more after this. You're watching the NYBL Finals on Always Live. Welcome back inside Lake Point Sports Complex. Jimmy Cook alongside Bo Esty. So pleased you've chosen to spend part of your Saturday evening with us. The Nightrydas lead this one 9-8 over Team Felton. Number 6 in the gray jerseys on defense right now is the leading scorer for either team. He's got all 9 for the Nightrydas. A nice answer there on the drive by Kobe George.
Yeah, this is Kobe George against Nas Beeman right now. Two really talented players, but Beeman doesn't always go get the ball in the half-court set. So it makes you wonder if this is just an aberration or if he really is sort of their go-to guy.
Well, I wonder how much of it also is he trusts his teammates too, and maybe that they're running within their offense, but it's been stagnant so far, so he felt like, you know what, I need to go get mine.
Yeah, no, at a certain point you could tell we're running up against a brick wall. We need some buckets, and he went and did it. Remember, we talked about him seeking out contact.
Right.
He did, and he was successful doing it. Now, there's several other kids on the court with clear talent. I mean, you're looking at one in David Nelson out there, number 9. He's clearly gifted. So let's see what he brings to the table now that he's back out there.
Beeman at the left side of this zone. We're working around in the corner. Feet inside. Tough shot. Shoe loose. And a brief timeout will be taken as Kobe George is ready to run with only one shoe.
Yeah, that was Matej Gasovic in there, and you know there was a double team already. A third defender came. He'll, as he grows into his basketball career, he'll learn to recognize that and kick out.
It's the beauty of the youth here. Plenty of room to grow and develop and learn. Dish inside. Some Nightrydas fighting with one another for that board, but it's ultimately going to be scooped up and taken by David Nelson. Up the floor. There's Beeman. He feeds over to Gasovic. He hangs, he scores, and one. So finally, somebody not named Nas Beeman in the scorecard for the Nightrydas, and they have the lead back 11-10. Can make it a 2-point game at the line with an old-fashioned 3-point play.
He comes in with a clear mission. I'm going to get some buckets. I'm going to get some shots. And
he
boy,
does.
Yeah. He got that ball in the half-court offense, and there was no thought of a pass. I mean,
Nope.
He was going up.
Love the assertiveness.
Well, they needed somebody else, right?
Yep. Almost a turnover. Hooper does turn it over. Guess who? It's Beeman. Little contact, throws it up there. Thought it might turn home, but it'll go to the line to earn it the hard way at the charity stripe.
You notice, I mean, he got hit hard there. Not a word.
Bounce back up. Didn't say anything to anybody.
I think he's a mentally strong kid too, just based on what I've seen early on here.
Carried himself well to this point. First free throw up, first free throw in. Sound mind, sound body.
Yeah, exactly. You're running a wellness camp, aren't you?
The Zen master would be proud. Gets them both. Largest lead of the ball game for the Nightrydas at 4, 14-10. Wild drive, misfired, and Nightrydas get the board. Lazy pass. Last touch by Team Felton, out of bounds. Back to the Nightrydas.
Let's see if Gasovic gets it in the half-court set again here. If he's going up again or if he's looking to pass. He's setting the high screen out here.
Beeman stops, pops, puts it in, rattled it home. Nas Beeman. 15 of the 17. A lot of contact there as Kobe George hit hard. Not sure if he collided with the stands or with a fan, but he said he's all right.
Yeah, that was a lot of contact. That was a lot of contact. You know, we talked about Nas being a strong, tough player. That was a strong, tough foul right there. But now you go to the line. Kobe was clearly frustrated. You go to the line, you got to knock these down.
To step away from everything briefly, it feels like no more than, I'm going to be exact with it, 13 minutes ago that you were telling me, Jimmy, we got a shutout on our hands right now. It was 6-0 at one point, and now it's 17-11. Well, Nightrydas have absolutely flipped the script at this point.
This is what we were thinking was going to be sort of the pace and scoring of the game. And it just started off really slow.
Aren't you glad you took the over?
Yeah, exactly. Is that a charge?
That is a charge.
Yeah, that had to be.
Sliding in to take it was Caden Hammond. 3:11 to go in this first half. Pool play action still in full effect. Crossover. George puts his head down. Off glass. No. Second chance. Yes. Way to stay with it there by Kobe George.
Boy, that second bounce was really quick, wasn't it? He beat everybody else back up off the floor. Just got a wide open layup for himself in doing
like
so.
He was on a pogo stick.
Oh, you got another loose ball on the court.
Tell you what, Beatman close on that triple, even with the stray basketball.
Well, I tell you what, Kobe George just ran into a brick wall of the screen, and he didn't like that either. Jamar Graham set a tough screen. And Kobe George is playing with some edge right now, and he's not going to get any back down out of Beeman either. So this is going to be a fun matchup to watch.
Definitely excited about that. Get the popcorn ready. Beeman from the volleyball line. Wide right. Rebound back to him. Beeman adjusts. Might have had some contact and puts it in.
That was a smart play. He made a cut to the basket after the offensive rebound. George took off the other way looking for a breakout, and he was all alone at the basket.
He has 17 of the 19 right now. It's a 5-point advantage for the Nightrydas. Trying to screen. Beeman trying to fight around it. Leaves some space and just enough there for Kobe George to put it in. They're putting on a show.
Yep. Back and forth. I mean, we got a great individual matchup here.
One up, it's all over the place. Miller gives to Beeman. He adjusts again and put it in.
Unreal. What a show.
19 for Beeman.
They're getting physical on this possession as well. Two coming at him. Beautiful dish.
Laser pass.
Absolutely gorgeous from Kobe George. He saw it immediately. He recognized instantly.
All eyes were on him, and he saw the opening.
Yep, the double team came, and he tossed it. Easy bucket.
Beeman, let's see, he'll dish left side. Hesitating initially was St. Preux. Now Beeman will tee up a three. That one looked like it was curving, and it did bounce wide of the mark. Rydas can come within one or tie. 1 minute to go in the first half. Pulling up for three, too strong. Rebound tapped around. Kobe's first to it, he's stripped, and it falls right over to Miller.
I like the reset here.
Final 45 seconds. Why not? Why not? Miller matched up with Bain. Loose ball out of bounds, or loose ball recovered by the Nightrydas. Tough shot that time by the Nightrydas. They try to force the issue instead of under 30 seconds to go, and here comes Team Felton. Flipper. Left side.
I don't
Likely
hate
gonna hold for
the
one.
idea of holding for one here, yeah.
It's a smart play.
Now look who's coming out to get the ball. Now somebody
Kobe
needs
George.
to set a high screen, and then we can roll. 10 seconds left in the half.
It'll be Hammond. George. Let the defender go right by him. Won't get the friendly bounce. Final seconds. Beeman with two. Beeman with one. Beeman falls away for three. That's short, but he got a good look at it. And that'll end the first half of play. Well, the Nightrydas, they struggled to score early, but did not find an issue with it late. They lead at 21-18. Stay with us. You're watching the NYBL Finals on Always Live. Welcome back inside Lake Point Sports Complex. Start of the second half underway. Nightrydas with the basketball and a 3-point advantage. Jimmy Cook alongside Bo Estes here from court number 4 in beautiful Atlanta, Georgia. Thanks so much for joining us this evening on Always Live as a shot made to start the half by Mercy Miller. Somebody not named Nas Beeman.
Yeah,
in the score column.
We saw a great individual one-on-one matchup in the first half, but it would be good to see some other players get involved. And if you look on the court right now, Kobe George isn't out there. Beeman is. So we'll see how the score is affected by that. As you said, Nightrydas now up by 5. Can Team Felton get buckets without Kobe George being out there?
Time will tell, as a nice take there by Khalid Cameron Flipper.
I like that name.
Me too.
So Cameron Flipper goes to the line. Trying to cut into this lead early. Less than a minute into the second half. Gets the first one to bounce around and finally fall down.
They'll get one more. Gets that one to go as well. Now up the way, the Nightrydas, tough layup up and in there by Jamal Ware. Straight on triple, good. Bottom of the net for Maurice Hooper III. They're back within 2.
I like basketball players named Hooper, Jimmy. Big fan.
We got our own Max Hooper. Shouts to Max if he's watching somewhere. Got Maurice Hooper III in this one.
Maurice is outscoring Max right now.
He is, this is true.
Just so Max knows if you are listening.
Somewhere Max is running to a gym right now and getting some shots up.
You got to look from the Detroit Pistons this year, so yeah, Max can play.
Yep. Riders lead down to 2. Beeman will inbound. See if he's quick to get back to the basketball. Miller tried to split the double team but lost the handle. Here comes Team Felton.
Opportunity to tie it up.
Flipper, right side. He's stripped and fouled, and it might be in the act. Little pump fake action. Brower, 2 is good. Long 2, says the officials.
That pump fake really got him in rhythm out there along the perimeter. He shot that one with confidence. Whoa.
Protect yourself at all times.
Yeah. That's how a ball gets to bounding onto another court.
I blame the fans myself.
Should be standing guard, right? The night watchman.
Exactly. The Night's watch.
That's
perhaps. Floater is good.
You know
Guess
who.
who? Nas Beeman. And back to 2.
As that happens, Kobe George gets up off the bench.
Yep. He's ready to get back in this one. Layup up and in. Scoop and score by Khalid Flipper. Back to 27 all. Tough take there by David Nelson. They're exchanging punches like heavyweights now as we're just under 3 minutes into this first half. 3 minutes into the second half, I should say. Shot in the corner, off the mark, hit the back iron, but the rebound falls over to Team Felton. Flipper. Gets it on the right wing.
I like the patience they have here. They've had some opportunities to take bad looks, and they just keep working for a better look.
Got to help knowing that George is looking to get back into this ball game. And they'll call 3 seconds against Team Felton. Only flip side is that Kobe George is back in and immediately is right in the face of Beeman. Face guarding him almost, so this is the matchup we want to watch for. Beeman got by him, floater up, short, trying to get his own board. Rebound tracked down by Miller. Miller up the way, right side, gives to Flipper. He turns and scores.
Ooh, nice footwork. He's a good little player. He's a good little player. He's had 3 or 4 buckets now.
Ware feeds to Gasevich, and he's fouled.
To the displeasure of a few sitting beside us.
The Team Felton Triad Hornets faithful.
Yeah, they didn't buy that call, but you know when Gasevich comes in, what's happening? He's going straight up with it. You know, he doesn't think Beeman needs to shoot. He doesn't think anybody needs to shoot. He thinks he needs to shoot.
No fear.
No.
First free throw, though, for him off the mark. Second one is good. So breaks the tie and gives the Nightrydas a 1-point lead.
Now here comes Kobe George. And you see this, Beeman calls for 15 to switch so he can pick up George.
Get that matchup around a screen. George hesitates on Gasevich, hangs, that was tough. Board falls right to Gasevich. He pushed it ahead, all by himself. Ware to the rim, lays it up there and lays it in. Actually credit that to Mercy Miller. He gets to go, lead back to 3. Battle on the post. Gasevich staying there. He fouled him on the floor. As that was Caden Hammond. Multiple times.
Yeah, he could have fouled out on that play.
Force feed inside. Brown turns. Brown scores with Beeman draped all over him.
I tell you what, Kobe George is a player. He really, really is.
Beeman holds it. 1-point lead. Perhaps content to be patient with it since they're
going for the last shot.
Could be. Hold for one.
I love this individual matchup.
Beeman and George.
Yeah, each one is taking the challenge and going right at the other player.
On contact. Gasevich, it's sent back there. And that time it was almost George to it, but instead it's Miller. Miller down the lane. Not that time.
Here comes Kobe George.
Full head of steam. Nice bounce pass on a rope, and it's in. What a find to Tanner Balu.
That's a couple of passes Kobe George has made when the defense collapsed on him. In the half court, the double team came down here. He made a great pass. And here as well in the fast break.
And the lead back to Team Felton. Driving and misfiring is Ware. Back to George. George on Beeman. He keeps hands straight up. Swallows it. Not that time. And the rebound controlled and taken by Nelson. Well, with Kobe George essentially face guarding Beeman, you almost maybe have to have somebody else step up and get a bucket for you.
That's a tough pass right there. That's a really tough pass Ware tried to execute. Put Nelson in a bad position because he had no room down there. But you're right, these other guys are being forced to step up.
Flipper to the rim, he's fouled. He'll go to the line for 2.
He's their clear second option. He's the guy that can also get buckets for Team Felton. If Kobe George isn't getting it done, yeah, I see Flipper able to get some points and, you know, help get the defense off of George, frankly.
Flipper off the mark on the first one. Missed them both. Lead sits at 1. They're working up ahead, high off the window. No. Second chance. No. Will there be a third chance at it? Want to reset. Fouled from behind was Nelson. Committing the foul is Maurice Hooper. It'll be Nightrydas basketball, baseline right, underneath their own bucket. They get it left side, catch and shoot three, rattled home. Credit that for Isaiah St. Preux, and a timeout on the court. We'll take one as well. Nightrydas regain the lead, 35-33 over Team Felton with 9:12 to go in this one. Stay with us. You're watching the NYBL Finals on Always Live. Welcome back inside Lake Point Sports Complex. 35-33 the score, 2-point advantage for the Nightrydas over Team Felton. Team Felton with the basketball directly in front of us, and a foul away from the basketball called on Gasevich. Team Felton led by the man with the basketball right now, Kobe George, looking to inbound it. Meanwhile, number 6 in the gray jerseys for the Nightrydas, Nas Beeman leading the way there. Turnover by Team Felton, back to the Nightrydas. Beeman has it. We'll have to see if there's a switch, if George tries to go get him. Beeman working right on him. Kicks left side, and a travel by David Nelson. So Team Felton once again within striking distance, just trailing by 2. George will walk it up. George around the screen. Forced the crossover, puts on the deck, adjusts in midair. Can't turn it home, but he'll go to the line for 2 free ones. My word. Kobe George pretty much at will, getting anything that he needs in this one. Off the mark on the first free throw. He'll have one more. Splits the pair. They're now within 1. Some defense chance from the Nightrydas faithful. Shot up, shot in. Credit that one to Gasevich. Lead back to 3. 7:45 left to play in this one. Again, it's all pool play at this point. We're still about an hour or so away from elimination play coming into the setup. And a majority of the elimination play will take place tomorrow. And the culmination of the NYBL Finals with bracket play to crown the NYBL Finals champions for the 6th through 9th grade divisions. Wild layup misfired by Flipper. Gets it back, though, after the rebound by Hammond. Flipper feeds inside to Hammond. A little power dribble. Help defense came, but it was too late, and he scores it to bring it back within 1. Ware. Triple off the mark by Nelson. Out of bounds, back to Team Felton. Kobe George walks it up the floor. Goes around a screen, contorts his body, and one! What a sensational drive and finish by Kobe George. And he'll have one more at the charity stripe to try to make it an old-fashioned three-point play. Unbelievable second-level burst there by Kobe George. He converts it to give Team Felton a 2-point advantage. While Kobe George has continued to make some noise for Nas Beeman, who's fouled there on an inbound pass, it's been quiet so far in this second half. They're going to need him or others to step up big if they're going to pull this win off. Ware gives to Nelson. And feed inside. Beeman turns in the post and scores. There you go. Gets himself a touch in the low post and ties at 39. Kobe George skips it. Far right side, same team. Both teammates for Team Felton were kind of caught up for that. Lead a little bit of confusion and a triple attempt by Brower. Second chance for George, no. Here comes the Nightrydas. Might have been a bump there. They let play on. Nelson turning and finishing. Beautiful footwork. They break the tie. Now a little 4-0 run for themselves. Up by 2, 41-39. 5.5 to go. The battle for seeding continues. For once we get to elimination play in the NYBL finals. One power dribble and a finish for Caden Hammond. We're tied at 41. Nas Beeman will walk it up. The 2024 point guard works on Flipper around a screen. Beeman hesitates, step back, triple in the air, triple through the bottom of the net. What a big time shot by Nas Beeman. They're going to mark it, I believe, as a 2. Our official score says 44-41. The in-house score shows 43-41. Let's see if at that stoppage they take a look at this, because it should be 44-41. Yeah, he didn't say goodbye, but I think he's leaving soon. Going to have Paul Bennett tune in and listen to this right now. So the officials confer and say it was a 2. But was on the line, they say. We have a replay look. Take a look at it. As we wait on that, we're back to live action. Flipper. Hesitates, now a loose ball. Brewer, now back to Miller. 4:05 left to go. Team Felton down by 2. There's George, nice find. Hesitation move by Miller, and he blew right by him. And we're all knotted up at 43. Here comes Ware. He hangs, and he's fouled. See if they call it in the act. That will indeed be the case. So Jamal Ware, the 2024 point guard, will head to the line to try to break the tie with 3:49 left to go. First one is good. Make that off the back iron for the front end of that, excuse me, the first of 2 free throws. They did, in fact, call it in the act on the drive by Ware. Second one off the mark as well, so he misses both. And we remain tied at 43. Not for long, though, says Khalik Cameron Flipper. He gets that one to fall. Team Felton regains the advantage. 3:30 to go. Pool play action of the NYBL Finals. Mid-range off the mark. Rebound tracked down, though, by Beeman. Beautiful skip. They try to work it around the horn. Ware feeds in the corner. 3 in the air. 3 through the bottom of the net. Credit that one to Mercy Miller. And the lead back to the Riders by 1. Kobe George, he's made countless big shots. Now he's calling for isolation. George hesitates, step back, triple, short. Rebound to the Nightrydas. Miller down the lane, stripped, good defense, but he got it back. Absorbs contact and he'll head to the charity stripe for 2. Both free throws made and the lead up to 3 for the Nightrydas with 2:35 to go. Flipper feeds the corner. They get it back to him with 2:15 to go. Feed inside, nice pass and finish there by Hammond. George tried to jump the passing lane. Instead, it might lead to some numbers. Beeman hanging and scoring. Puts it back up to a 3-point game and a timeout taken by the Nightrydas. We'll take one as well. 1:58 left to go in this one. It's Nightrydas 50, Team Felton 47. Stay with us. You're watching the NYBL Finals on Always Live. Welcome back inside Lake Point Sports Complex. Under 2 minutes to go in this one. Pool play action. Team Felton down by 3 with the basketball. Kobe George has been their hero so far. He controls it right on the right wing. Fake the pass. Now skips to Flipper. They don't necessarily need a 3, but they do need a bucket. Work it back around, try to feed it inside to Hammond. Flipper thought about the triple. Instead, Brower. 1:23 to go. Screen set by Hammond. Flipper pulls for 3, short. Rebound falls right to Gasevich. And Beeman will walk it up. George calls for him. We've seen this matchup a couple times. George stayed in front of him, and they flip it behind to Ware. 1 minute even to go, and a foul called against Timothy Brower. Team Felton, that's team foul number 6 officially on the scoreboard, I believe, unless it's late to change. Nope, that is team foul number 6, so one more to give for the penalty to be in effect. And Team Felton wants a timeout. We'll take a break also. 59.6 to go. Stay with us. Not going to want to miss the finish of this. Nightrydas 50, Team Felton 47. You're watching the NYBL Finals on Always Live. Welcome back inside Lake Point Sports Complex. Quick game reset with 59.6 to go. Both teams over the limit for fouls, 1-1 each way, regardless of where fouls go. 2 timeouts left for both. Nightrydas lead at 50-47 with the basketball as free throws are upcoming for Naz Beeman.
So it's one possession now, Jimmy.
And the disagreement is that it was not Naz Beeman that was fouled. It was Jamal Ware that was fouled.
And do you know who was pointing it out?
All of Team Felton.
And Kobe George particularly.
So indeed that's the case. Gotta respect the effort if that is what happened.
Get it to your
Tip of
star.
the cap.
Let's see if he smiles. No smile, no nothing. Doesn't give it away at all.
No. So 1-1 opportunity. Jamal Ware, did it matter at all? Find out. Nope. Ice water.
Money on that one. Absolutely. It just shrugs his
water.
shoulders.
He did. There was some conversation between him and Flipper. Oh, man. One more for him. Ware. Got them both, and the lead is 5. Under a minute to go. Gotta get it across. Flipper does. Flipper all the way to the rim. He's fouled. Go to the line for 2.
Didn't take a lot of time off the clock.
Clock stop, exactly. Got to hit those free throws, Bo.
Well, yeah, you saw what Ware did. He went up and knocked him down. Now you got to answer.
See if Flipper does. First one is pure.
Man, how impressive has this been, Jimmy? Young kids, clutch moments, money free throws every time and time again, and I'm going to give him the jinx here.
Yep, old broadcaster jinx in full effect. Absolutely.
He cares not for your broadcaster jinx.
He does not. No cares given. A lead down to 3. And a foul committed by Team Felton. 80 feet away from the hoop, so it'll lead to some free throws. Not much else you can do with no shot clock.
I think Ware feels a little disrespected. I honestly do. I think he was ticked when he got fouled. I just made 2. Why are you fouling me again? Well, he doesn't have a lot of rotation on this shot. It's release, pause, splash, but there's no rotation. It works, though. Whatever works.
Pure. So it's 2-possession game. He'll have one more now. Ware gets them both.
Jimmy, less than a minute to go, tight game. We have seen this age players 6 straight free throws hit in money clutch time. That's impressive.
I thought I was watching Quiet and Steph at the line, to be honest with you, the way things have been going. 50.7 to go in this one. The Nightrydas, after the calm, cool, and collected free throw shooting by Jamal Ware, are with a 5-point advantage.
I'd prevent him from getting the ball next time. He's demonstrated what he can do. I mean, he's knocking him down. It doesn't look good if that's your plan.
And it wasn't even close either.
No.
It wasn't like it was, he just barely rattled in or, got a bank in.
It's peculiar because his form looks good. It's just not a lot of rotation. I don't know how you don't get rotation, but he does it.
Here comes George. Up ahead, quick shot, misfired. George was there. Did he knock it out? No, he didn't. They'll say last touch by the Nightrydas.
So here's the offense-defense substitutions.
Quick in, adjustment in air, layup is good. That time off glass by Hammond. They're down by 3. And again, they foul Jamal Ware.
I think that's a tough thing at that age to be thinking, okay, we got 2 pressure free throws. Oh, and after this happens, we have to prevent this guy from getting the ball. That's a lot of instructions at one point in time. I mean, they need to do it.
Who do we need giving those instructions, though?
What, Greg Popovich? Who?
The coach.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't seen any don't foul 5. Where again?
Look at this guy.
5 free throws in a row.
Can you be the always live player of the game just based on last-minute free throws? I mean, honestly, it's got to be Beeman, right? But
yes,
this is unreal.
Tip of the cap. Yes.
There
you go. Throw out the whole kitchen sink at him there, Bo.
Yeah.
George kicks right side. Thought about a 3. Now that one will be forced, and rebound secured, and fouled there is Elijah Bain.
He heads to the line. Let's see what he has. They fouled him in a hurry. That was a pretty rushed 3 on that one from Timothy Brower. He hit one earlier, and he's got a really nice looking stroke.
And he didn't necessarily need it yet, though, was the thing.
No, you get to 55, 53 and foul, you're probably okay. But let's see at the line what Bain has.
The good news for him, though, is that double bonus is in effect, so still gets 1 more. Got to get a rebound if you're Team Felton. Missed them both.
Oh, wow.
Rebound goes to George. They push it ahead, and that's out of bounds.
Wow. George is upset with himself. Yep. You can tell he's not happy with himself.
He thought he had Miller camping a tent. And subs the table. Interesting sub choice there. Foul again committed, and wow. Is this the stretch we see where multiple free throws are missed in a row, as we just saw Bain miss 2 in a row? Isaiah St. Preux is checked back in as well, one of the smaller players on the floor. Perhaps for the quickness.
Yeah.
So here's to the line, Mercy Miller. He can stroke it from beyond the arc and gets a friendly rim with the free throw.
Soft touch. You have to be on line. If you don't mistake left or right, you give yourself a chance at least.
Still 2-possession game either way. Even if he hits it, and he does, calmly. Lead is 6. They get it up to Flipper. Flipper pushes. Flipper to the rim. Misfired. Second chance. Power dribble. Layup is good.
10 seconds.
Got to get it in. They get it into Ware. Ware gets it ahead. It's Beeman thinking slam time. The exclamation point. No, he'll lay it up and lay it in. Last shot at the horn by George. Had a shot at it, and that'll do it well. The Nightrydas started being shut out 6-0 in this one, but they turn the corner and are victorious 59-53 over Team Felton. Yes. We'll wait our always live player of the game.
You know who it's going to be.
Be none other than Naz Beeman.
He's walking over here like this is his 10,000th interview of his career.
Phoenix is playing, one of their riders is playing, DeAndre Ayton's playing center.
are joined this evening by Naz Beeman. His Nightrydas victorious today. First off, nice congratulations out there today. Initially, it looked like there was a battle.
There definitely was a battle. There was a battle out there.
You and Kobe George going back and forth. How did you separate yourself and your team today against Team Felton?
They start face guarding me, so like I try to get open. I tell my teammates to like y'all gonna have to score, and I'm gonna play good defense, and it worked out, I guess, and got the win.
At the beginning of the game, it felt like that your team was trying to spread the ball around.
Yeah.
But when you guys were shut out 6-0, you eventually went and got the ball.
Yeah.
Is that where you're most comfortable?
Yeah.
Is playing on ball?
Yeah.
And do you feel where's the biggest strengths in your game right now, and where do you want to improve the most going forward?
My shooting off the dribble. My strength is getting to the basket and defense.
How has your team enjoyed the always live experience so far here at the NYBL Finals?
I think they love it. I love it.
What's been your favorite part so far?
Playing on this court with the cameras.
Yeah,
and stuff.
yeah, you like the lights and the
music.
cameras?
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. You're a player who's obviously played a lot of basketball. You got a lot of head with your game, a lot of physical talent as well. You see a lot of great pros in the NBA right now, a lot of great college players. Who do you model your game after? Who do you look to and say, that's who I want to play like, that's who I enjoy watching play?
I said LeBron, because that's my favorite player.
Why is that? What is it? Yeah, you're making Jimmy real happy right now. Tell me what you see in his game that you take and put in your game you'd like.
He got good leadership, and like he's a clutch player, and he's just my favorite player.
He can score when he needs to. He can pass when he needs to, right? You feel like you could do that?
Yeah.
Have you ever played against Kobe before? Do you even know each other, or
No.
you two just going out and going? Did you identify him as a guy you had to stop? How does that play itself out between a sort of alpha dog like you and an alpha dog like him? Do you enjoy playing against a guy like that?
I like that.
Why is that? I mean, and do you think you both enjoyed it?
Yeah, it's fun because you're playing against competition.
And what did you like about his game?
He's good at attacking the basket. He kind of reminds me of Zion Williams, like type.
That's high praise, man. So LeBron versus Zion today. That's not bad, Jimmy.
Hey, we got a good taste of that for sure. Naz Beeman taking the time. Naz, thank you so much. Best of luck the rest of the weekend for you and the Nightrydas.
Get used to these interviews, buddy.
Absolutely. Thanks again for the time. That's Naz Beeman. The Nightrydas victorious against Team Felton.